Good morning students. Today we will discuss about the lesson refraction on plane surfaces. Refraction on plane surfaces. What is meant by refraction? When a light ray passes through from two mediums, one medium to another medium, at interfaces it bends, means it changes its path. When a light travels from one medium to another medium, it changes its path at the interface. This phenomena is called refraction. How it changes its path? What is the reason to change its path? Because when light ray travels from one medium to another medium, due to the change in its velocity, it changes its path. This is refraction. Let us take an example of this is the interface. This is one medium and this is another medium. Consider that this is air and this is glass. Glass is a denser medium and air is a rarer medium. Take normal to this surface and one light ray passes through from these two mediums. This is incident ray. The angle between the normal and incident ray is called angle of incidence. See, at interface, this is interface. At interface, due to the change in velocity, this is one medium and this is another medium. Due to the change in medium, due to the change in velocity, it bends towards normal. Why it bends towards normal means when light ray travels from rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray bends towards normal. This is called R. When light ray travels from rarer medium to denser medium, I is greater than R. I means angle of incidence and R is angle of refraction. For suppose this is the interface, this is glass and this is air. This is glass and this is air. Now let us take an example of a light ray which is passes through from these two mediums. This is the light ray, angle of incidence I. What happens? After refraction it bends away from the normal. After refraction it bends away from the normal. When light ray travels from rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray bends towards normal. When light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, when light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. This is angle of refraction. I is less than R, or R is greater than I. When light ray travels from rarer medium to denser medium, angle of incidence is more than angle of refraction. When light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, angle of refraction is greater than angle of I. Here you have to observe one thing, it bends towards normal or away from the normal due to the change in its velocity. How much change occurs? To know that, you have to understand about the refractive index. We will denote with small n, refractive index. Suppose the value of refractive index is more, the velocity of the light is less. If the value of refractive index is less, velocity of the light is more in that particular medium. N is equal to C by V. The formula N is equal to C by V. C means velocity of light in vacuum and V be the velocity of light in medium. Okay, the refractive index N is equal to C by V. C means velocity of light in vacuum by velocity of light in medium. Velocity of light in vacuum by velocity of light in medium. That is called refractive index N. For suppose if you take two mediums like this, what happens? Here one is velocity. So these are the ratio of the same physical quantity velocity. So n has no units. n has no units. If formula is denoted by same ratio of the same quantity, you cannot get the units. Units also cancels each other. So refractive index n has no units. For suppose if you take two mediums n1 to n1 by n2. n1 means the refractive index of the first medium and n2 be the refractive index of the second medium. If you take like this, n1 by n2 means with refer to the second medium, refractive index of the first medium. What happens? n1 by n2 is equal to, n means velocity of light in vacuum by velocity of light in medium. Velocity of light in vacuum v by velocity of light in medium. To the n1 medium, velocity is v1. By n2 medium, velocity is v2. So that is equal to c by v1 into v2 by c. C cancels, that is equal to v2 by v1. So n1 by n2 is equal to v2 by v1. If refractive index, value of refractive index is more, velocity of the light in that medium is less. The value of refractive index is less, then the velocity of light becomes more in that medium. The relation between the velocity and refractive index is inversely proportionality. Okay, this is called relative refractive index. We are comparing with two mediums. It is called relative refractive index. This refractive index depends on the two parameters. One is nature of substance. One is nature of substance. And another one is wavelength of the light. N depends upon two parameters. One is nature of substance and another one is wavelength of the light. N is proportional to lambda, means n1 is proportional to lambda. If n increases, wavelength increases. N decreases, wavelength decreases. So n1 by n2 is equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2. This is also one formula. So based on these two formulas, we can conclude that lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to v2 by v1. Lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to v2 by v1. That is the relation between the refractive index, wavelength and velocity. That you can write as n1 by n2 is equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to v2 by v1. Okay, what is the relation between the angle of incidence and angle of refraction? To know the refractive index n is equal to sin I by sin r. Based on angles, we can write the sin value of angle of incidence and the sin value of angle of refraction. The ratio gives you the refractive index of the given medium. Refractive index of the given medium. N is equal to sin I by sin r. For two mediums, n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. This is called Snell's law. This is called Snell's law. What is Snell's law? To find the relation between the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. That is called Snell's law. The formula for the Snell's law is n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. Suppose refractive index of a glass n is equal to 3 by 2, they given. What is the velocity in that medium? V is equal to how much? What is the velocity in that medium? To calculate that, we have to use the formula n is equal to c by v. Here n means 3 by 2 is equal. Okay, we have to calculate v. Therefore, v is equal to c by n. C means velocity of light in vacuum. That value is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. By n value, they given already 3 by 2. So that is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 by 3 into 2 meter per second. 3 cancels. 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So the velocity of light in that particular medium is V is equal to 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. We have to solve the problems like this. Okay. Here optical density is very important. Where the velocity of the light is less is called, it has more density. For example, for water has less density and water has highest density and kerosene has less density normally. Based on the formula, density D is equal to mass per volume m by V. But optical density is different from this. In which medium the velocity of light becomes less, that is denser medium, and which medium the velocity of light is more, that is rarer medium. So rarer medium velocity of light is more, denser medium velocity of light is less. Okay, we already know that when a light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. It changes its path and it bends away from the normal. See, this is the normal and this is the interface. This is the angle of incidence, incident ray and angle of incidence. This is denser medium and this is rarer medium. Okay. When light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, angle of R is greater than angle of I. We already know. Angle of R is greater than angle of Y because it bends away from the normal. See, like this. For suppose, if you increase the angle of incidence, what happens? Again, at a particular angle of incidence, what happens? At a particular angle of incidence, refractive ray passes through the interface. Refractive ray passes through the interface. At which angle of incidence angle R becomes 90 degrees. That angle of incidence is called critical angle. At which angle of incidence the refractive angle becomes 90 degrees, means the refractive ray passes through the interface. That angle is called critical angle. If you know the critical angle, you can calculate the refractive index also. The relation between the critical angle and refractive index is n is equal to 1 by sin C. N is equal to 1 by sin C. For suppose the value of n is equal to 0.5, then what will be the C is equal to critical angle. What is the value of the critical angle? Now let us see. 0.5 is equal to 1 by sin C. Sin C is equal to 1 by 0.5. Sorry. 1 by 2. Oh, sorry. 2 రాకూడదు సార్ పాస్వర్డ్. For suppose let n value is equal to 2, refractive index value is equal to 2, then what is the critical angle? 2 is equal to 1 by sin C. Sin C is equal to 1 by 2. For which value we will get 1 by 2? For sin 30 is equal to 1 by 2. So therefore critical angle C is equal to 30 degrees. We can calculate the C value. If you know the n value, you can calculate the C value. If you know the C value, you can calculate the n value. This is about the critical angle. What happens if you increase the angle of incidence? What happens if angle of I is greater than C, means critical angle. If angle of I is greater than C, critical angle, in spite of refraction, reflection takes place. In spite of refraction, reflection takes place. This reflection is called total internal reflection. Total internal reflection. This reflection is called total internal reflection. In our daily life we will observe this total internal reflection in the formation of mirrors. In the formation of mirrors you can see the total internal reflection in optical fibers. Optical fibers also working in the principle of total internal reflection, blinking of diamond, next to formation of rainbow. All these are the examples of total internal reflection. Next, how can you calculate the refractive index of a given glass slab? By using lateral shift, vertical shift, we can measure the refractive index of a glass slab. Let us take this is a glass slab. When light ray incident with some angle, what happens? This is the glass and this is the air. Light ray travels from the rarer medium to denser medium. This is the normal, so it bends towards normal. This acts like a incident to the second surface of the glass slab. What happens? This is from denser to rarer medium, so it travels away from the normal. If you extend these both, these both come parallel to each other. These both will be parallel to each other. The difference between these parallel two lines are called lateral shift. The difference between these parallel two lines are called lateral shift. You have, by doing experiment, you have to calculate the lateral shift, the length. By using scale, you can measure the length of this distance between these two parallel lines, that is lateral shift. By using the formula, refractive index of the glass slab is equal to thickness of the glass slab by thickness of the glass slab minus lateral shift. Thickness of the glass slab minus lateral shift. By using this formula, you can measure the refractive index of the glass slab. How can you get the thickness of the glass slab? Suppose the glass slab is in rectangular shape. If you kept in this horizontal area, you can get the thickness like this. Suppose if you kept the glass slab in a vertical position, then the difference gives you the thickness of the glass slab. That is depend upon the position of the glass slab. For suppose, how to calculate the vertical shift of a glass slab? See, take the glass slab, draw a line here and keep a alpin on the vertical line of the glass slab. Observe that pin from the other side of the glass slab and take another pin and try to coincide from seeing from the glass slab. Seeing from the glass slab, try to coincide this pin, again keep another pin here. If you remove the glass slab, you understand that these both have some difference. That difference gives you the calculate by using scale. You can measure this length. This is called vertical shift. This is called vertical shift. Okay, by using the same formula, refractive index is equal to thickness of the glass slab by thickness of the glass slab minus vertical shift. You can get the refractive index of the glass slab. Thank you.